You're a creative industry, your work is so Instagrammable, it's great for putting out on social media, and your team are proud of what they do. They want to share it, they want it for their portfolios, so they're sharing it on their personal social media too, but with no links to your company. What do you do? Hello, my name is Jenefer. I'm the founder of Silk Helix, and we help small businesses with all things HR, people management and employment law. And I'm here to tell you what you can do and how you can protect your business. This is becoming an increasing challenge for creative industries where work is really Instagrammable and where your work is very much linked to the skills of the individuals involved. So thinking graphic designers, beauty therapists, hairdressers, to name just a few. There's lots out there and there's lots facing this challenge. You as a business want to be out on social media. That's where your customers are. You need this content. You've got this luxury of very photographic content. It's great for social media. Your team want to build their portfolios. We know that digital footprints for individuals is becoming increasingly important, if not as important as brands, so that people can work their own careers. And the reality is your employees are not going to stick with you for their entire career. That doesn't happen anymore. So we need to think differently. We need to think about what they're trying to do for their careers, but also how you protect the business, how you make sure that you get the best out of your team whilst you've got them, how you stop them from taking your clients when they move on from your business, or using your work in a way that they shouldn't be because they were paid time to do that for your business and it is owned by your business. Key issues that we're coming across are employees using images of work that they have done in your time to promote themselves, possibly even in competition. This is particularly challenging in the salon industry where we're seeing somebody who's employed by, let's say, a hair salon. They are taking photographs of their own work that they've done. However, they've done that for the employer under the employer's brand. They are using that on their personal social media with no links back to the company, using it possibly to get their next role, possibly to build a client base to take to their next role, or even to work in competition. And increasingly I'm seeing this, people that are doing a private side hustle, except it's not really a side hustle when they're doing the same work for the same clients as they are in the day job, and we're potentially filtering clients from one business into another, which is a big problem for anybody who is building a business, building a brand, doing all your marketing, only for it to be filtered out the back door to your staff who are running a little home-based or mobile salon. The next issue is potentially data protection breaches. So if the person in the photo is identifiable, that's personal data. Even if they've agreed to that photo being taken and that being used by the business, they may not be agreeing to that being used by the individual, which is separate to the business. So you need to make sure that we're not in breach of any data protection rules. And even if it's not personal data, you may have signed non-disclosure agreements with a client, for example. You may have clients who don't want their brand being used elsewhere, and particularly if you're in sort of graphic design, things like that, you may be relaying brand work and things in your content. So how do we solve these issues? Firstly, you need policies in place. You need a social media policy. Really important that you've got that really clear on what the company is doing, what is or isn't allowed for individuals, and think about your individuals. So just banning it for individuals is probably not great. For starters, they should be your brand advocates out online. So sharing your content should be something that they are proud to do, but you can do it by the company sharing that content. You can do it then tagging the individual into it, which then they can go and share and repost from their own content. So it's got the links back to the business. It's always traceable back to the business. Those are sorts of things you can write into a social media policy to be really clear about what your expectations are and also what's not allowed. So it's really clear that these are the things that you cannot be doing, i.e. you cannot use company content and put it out on your own social media without linking it back to the company. You should also have data protection policies, again making it really clear what is and isn't allowed, where you are getting consent from people to use their data, how that data should be used, and how you're protecting that data. You should also have non-compete clauses if you're in something like hairdressing, where an individual and the way they deliver a service is so crucial to your business. I'd recommend non-compete clauses for duration of employment. For many businesses, that's going to be relevant and important, that people aren't working for competition or in competition whilst they're employed. But also restrictive covenants that prevent people from taking clients, for example, afterwards. Yes, you can't go to sort of massive extents of being really wide restrictive covenants. You've got to make sure that you're only doing what you need to protect your business, and there is a balance between individuals being able to apply their trade and earn a living. But you can put these in place to protect your business, and I strongly recommend that you do. And then once you've got your policies, there is no point having policies written. We can write policies for you. We'll write beautiful policies, perfect for your business. But if you're going to put them on the top shelf and nobody's ever going to look at them, they're no good to you. So you've then got to be training people. You've got to make sure that they're really clear on understanding what the policies say, what that means that they should be doing, and that you're regularly reminding people, because people do forget. So you need to make sure that you've got it, it's clear, it's in writing, people know where they can access it, and you're regularly training and reminding people, particularly on something like this where it's so crucial to protect your business. Because if you've got individuals who are taking your content and using it personally to promote themselves, or in future promote another business, that's a huge loss and huge damage to your business. You really need to be protecting that. It's worth investing time to be making sure that you've got those policies, and then you've got the training and the reminders. I have put a link in the description below on how you can work with us to write these policies for you. In the meantime, don't miss a single hint and tip. Hit subscribe and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.